This is 70s Sitcom Flashback, the show that looks back at the sitcoms that defined the 1970s. Your hosts are Robbie and Terry, both 15. Every week they break it down so you actually get it.
The show that looks back at the sitcoms that defined the 1970s. I'm Terry.
And I'm Robbie, and today we're setting sail because we're talking about The Love Boat.
A show where every week a cruise ship full of strangers somehow all fell in love by Sunday night.
Which honestly sounds exhausting, but also kind of amazing.
The Love Boat premiered in September of 1977 on ABC, and it was an instant hit.
It ran for 9 seasons, which is wild. That ship never docked for long.
The Pacific Princess was the real ship they used, and after the show aired, bookings on Princess cruises went through the roof.
Like, the show basically invented the idea that a cruise could be romantic instead of just seasick.
Before the Love Boat, cruises were seen as something your grandparents did. After it, everyone wanted a ticket.
Princess Cruises actually called the show the best advertisement they never paid for.
Well, they did eventually pay. The cruise line worked with the producers from the very beginning.
So it was basically a 90-minute commercial that people genuinely loved. Respect.
The format was genius, 3 separate love stories happening at the same time on one ship.
And they all wrapped up perfectly before port. No messy goodbyes, no complicated follow-ups.
The regular cast was the glue, Captain Steubing, Doc, Isaac the bartender, Julie the cruise director, and Gopher.
Gopher, a character named Gopher, and people loved him.
Gavin MacLeod played Captain Steubing, and he was so wholesome he basically became America's dad of the sea.
The show was also famous for its celebrity guests. Basically, every big name of the era showed up.
We're talking Ethel Merman, Don Knotts, Charo, Florence Henderson. The guest list reads like a Hollywood reunion.
Over the course of the series, something like 150 major guest stars appeared.
150. That's not a cast list, that's a phone book.
A very glamorous phone book with better outfits.
The opening theme song became one of the most recognizable songs of the era, written by Paul Williams and Charles Fox.
The Love Boat, exciting and new. Once it's in your head, it never leaves.
Which is either charming or a mild form of torture, depending on the day.
The show had this optimistic, warm energy that people really needed in the late 70s.
Between Watergate and the gas crisis, and just general chaos, watching people find love on a cruise felt like a relief.
Like, here is one thing that will definitely go fine. These strangers will be fine.
The show also tackled some surprisingly serious topics: aging, loneliness, disability, hidden inside the romance format.
So it looked fluffy, but it was actually doing something kind of thoughtful underneath.
That was producer Aaron Spelling's whole approach. Give people entertainment, but slip in something real.
Spelling also produced Charlie's Angels and Dynasty, so the man knew how to keep audiences watching.
The Love Boat ended in 1986, but it never really disappeared from culture.
It went into syndication and ran basically forever, introducing new generations to its extremely optimistic worldview.
And honestly, watching it now, it holds up as this perfect time capsule of what people hoped the 70s could feel like.
Big hair, big collars, and the firm belief that everyone deserves a happy ending.
Which is not the worst philosophy for a TV show or for life, honestly.
The Love Boat proved you could build a whole series around hope, and people would show up every single week.
And the ship kept sailing for 9 seasons, so I think that proves the point.
Fair winds and following seas to The Love Boat, and to everyone who watched it with their families on a Saturday night.
Thanks for sailing with us today. We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the decade that brought us disco, bell bottoms, and surprisingly great television.
Until then, stay curious, stay kind, and as always, see you next week on 70s Sitcom Flashback.